Like those old guys who wanakufa sababu ya kutumia a lot of Viagra.
Check you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Grief Angels podcast. I am your host, Rose Gishure. I am so excited to be back on air again. This is yet another week. We have a lovely conversation lined up for you today. I'm joined by somebody who is so close to my heart and very special, and she will tell us why. Her name is Cherie. Cherie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so nice to. We have been waiting for this day.
I know.
This girl has stood me up so many times. You need to pay me at this point.
I will. I'll write you a check.
Please. I only take six figures and above, yeah?
Noted.
So Cherie is here with us to help us go through an interesting topic that, of course, we've both gone through a lot of grief, and she will tell us her story about her grief journey, who she's lost and when. But she's here to help us walk through a very important and somewhat annoying conversation which is super important around things not to say to somebody who's grieving. We've said this in the past where somebody wants to help you through your grief, and they come to support you, but they end up saying the wrong thing, and it ends up annoying you, and you're like,
okay.
So what we want to do, and in the Grief Angels community, is to continue to raise awareness around things you should say, things you should never ever say, even if you mean well, and even if they're coming from a very good place, even if it's super awkward and you want to feel that awkwardness with something. If your mind says you must tell her something, imagine just catch yourself first and ask yourself, should I really say this?
Yeah.
So we're going to go through that.
Yeah.
So going into today's, because clearly we're going to have you here again and again and again to discuss a lot more things.
Yeah.
Are there things that people said to you during the grief and during your grief journey and grieving process, even up to date, that make you go like, hey, are you kidding me? Do you have those moments?
Yeah.
And how do you handle such moments before we even start going through them?
Okay. I had written a list, but top of my head, I had quite a number of statements that ended up offending me more than comforting me. But the way I dealt with most of it was ningejitoa tu. Yeah, ningejitoa tu kwa situation, because at times you don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
And mara nyingi inasemwa pia na watu older. Unaelewa, sa hutaki kuonekana nikambe ni mjeuri, lakini pia hutaki kuwa in that space.
Yeah.
So I'd leave. Na nilikuwa najua, but unajua ile ni unasema I'm grieving.
Yeah.
So at least I can have that excuse of walking out.
Yeah.
Kuna wengine niliwapasha.
Oh, because I was going to ask you, did you not ever tell somebody?
Kuna wengine nilipasha, and I'm still not apologetic.
Yeah.
Because that is how I felt like it made me feel like I dealt with the situation.
Yeah.
Na kuna wale wenye tu unanyamaza and you're thinking, maybe pia mimi ningesema kind of the same thing. Maybe they just don't know what to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flip question. Have you found yourself saying some of these things to people in their grief process or in their grief journey? Either before you experienced loss or even after?
I'd say not really. Through my story, you could tell that I had to deal with grief, heavy grief in such a short time. Consecutively. Yeah. So most of the time I choose not to talk. Hata kama unalia na mimi nimekaa mkutembelea naweza kaa tu. Nitakaa hapo. Then some people like my hugs. So I'll just hug you.
Yeah.
Maybe pray for you if you're religious. But I rarely say things.
And that's the thing. People think they have to fill that silence with words. Mtu anasikia lazima nikwambie kitu. Like I can't come to your house and just we sit and we cry or I watch you cry. But it could be the thing that the person wants. Just be there for me, present.
Yeah.
Do not have to say anything. okay, if you keep quiet sana, mimi nitaanza kushangaa.
Yeah.
Why are you being awkward?
Yeah.
But better you be awkward and silent than
say the wrong
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through some of those wrong things. What you're going to do is you're going to pick a paper from our lovely bowl over here. Thank you, Sydney, for the bowl. And we're going to read and react.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of these things are things that either have been said to us or some have been said to people. We actually ran a question on IG the other day, and we asked, what things have people said to you? So some of these are your responses, which you gave us. So thank you very much for sharing this content with us.
Yeah.
But we'll go through what has been said, and maybe figure out what context was this person saying and why it is wrong, right? And maybe even what you should say. If you have the answers, some of them we have the answers, some of them we don't, right? So maybe I could start. And this one, it says you should be over it by now. Yeah, this one is hard. You can never tell somebody you should be over it by now, because you've already established that there's no timeline to or end date or expiry date for grieving, right? So never ever tell somebody, hey, it's been 2 months or 2 years or 20 years. You should be over it by now, right? Let the person grieve over and over. In fact, what you should ask them, if you find somebody who is still processing their grief in a way that is either they're crying or whatever, just ask, how can I help? What do you want me to do? How can I help you right now in this instance, in this moment?
And also be ready to not get an answer.
Yes. And if they say,
I don't know,
be okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Your
So
turn.
let me pick one. This one says, at least you have like in case you have many children. So remember, at least you have 3 more children. Or at least you have your mom still there. Or at least you have your dad.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I'd say this was said to me when I lost my dad. Na mtu akikwambia, at least mamako yuko. And you're like, apana,
I want both.
mamangu si babangu.
Exactly.
Whatever relationship I have with my mom is not the same as the one I had with my dad.
Yeah.
Nobody can fill his shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't tell somebody at least you have.
I think, in fact, when I was going through the grief, this whole episode, anything that starts with the word at least, don't say it. That's the general rule. Like, do not say at least anything. Somebody told me, at least you got 13 years with your dad. Like, I wanted more years with him.
You know?
Yeah? So don't at least it, or at least you have other children. So insensitive.
Very, very.
Okay, so at least do not even go down that road. Let me see this one. You are so strong. I don't know how to react to this one, because I think when people tell you you're so strong, and maybe this has been told to me actually, I think it depends on the person's personality, and it could be their way of expressing their grief. So when you find somebody who's not outwardly crying and alia sana mbele yako, you'd think they're very strong, but they're not strong. They're dealing with their grief in just it doesn't mean that now my grief has been diminished because I'm very strong. So it depends on the context of what you're saying. So I think there was more to this. You're so strong. But the thing about grieving, we don't want you to be strong, actually.
Yeah.
Don't be strong.
Don't. This is not the time.
It's not the time to be strong. Just deal with your grief, feel all your emotions, work through it. It's not the time to be strong.
Plus, I think it puts a lot of pressure.
Oh, there you go.
On you.
It does.
Like mtu ashakwambia you're so strong. So inamaanisha
They
kesho
expect you to be
ukikam
continuously
siwezi kulia unaona I'm strong.
Yeah. Or imagine if it's me and my sibling, and then I'm the one who's been told I'm so strong. Na yeye haambiwi.
In fact, I had also written down where mtu anakwambia be strong for your mom. Be strong for your sister.
Yeah.
Be strong for sijui nani.
No.
Don't tell me to be strong for them.
No. Let everybody just deal with their own grief and their own, because everybody has lost someone. Yeah?
Yeah.
Your mom has lost her husband. You've lost a dad. Everybody deal with their own grief. If you find ways to support each other, but nobody should bear the responsibility of being strong. And it's given mostly to even the men in the family, you know, to step up and be the man and be strong for the
mwanaume wa
family.
nyumba.
I would deal with your grief.
Mwacheni aliye mwanzo. This one imeandikwa, suck it up. You have no choice. You're now playing both parents' roles.
That came via DMs.
Yeah. I think this one would apply to our firstborn,
Yeah.
my sister,
Yeah.
who's like 10 years older than me. Hiyo vile nimesema ni pressure. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
The keyword is unnecessary pressure.
Yeah.
Because sasa, you're playing the role, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
Or even, imagine if this person has lost a spouse.
By the way.
Now they're playing actually both dad and mom. Yeah, if you've lost a husband and you have children, so now you're playing both roles. No, you're not.
You're not.
If you're the mom, you're the mom. They've lost their dad, full stop. So it's not a good thing to go around telling people to, it's a pressure. You're applying pressure unnecessarily. It shouldn't be there. Just don't say things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Again, this is another one that came through the DMs. Thank you for whoever sent this one in. Kubali tu, yote ni mambo ya Mungu. Where? Yeah. Are you religious?
I am. I'm actually in between religions at the moment.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah.
What would you say to that? Yote ni mambo ya Mungu.
I don't sound blasphemous.
Okay.
But this is not the moment you start telling me about God's plans.
That is correct.
This is not the moment you tell me that ni mambo ya Mungu. Because at that time you feel like God has forsaken you.
Yeah.
If Mungu angekuwa upande wako, it wouldn't have happened that way.
Yeah.
You start asking, kwani Mungu agree that this would hurt me or break me?
Yeah. Or why would God want me to go
why?
through this? Yeah.
Why? So
it's
not the time to tell
not the time
me.
to say that.
Yeah.
Like if you're religious and everything, if you believe in it, it's the same. It's the same one for in English. Everything happens in God's plan or for a reason, or it's part of God's plan. Like,
no way.
Walk me through God's plan where it says on this date, heart rose so much. I'm going to take away her brother.
Mazi.
Like really.
How?
And then you think that you're coming to help me grieve properly by telling me to ni mambo ya Mungu. Again, I'm already very angry at God, like you said.
Yeah.
So in that moment, even if I am the staunchest of Christians or Muslims or whatever it is religion that you ascribe to, in that moment, staki kusikia hivyo. Yeah.
And I don't want to be.
In fact, the next one is everything happens for a reason.
What reason?
Show me the reason.
What reason? I
was telling my sister, I'm looking for the reason why our parents had to die. Like, I still haven't found that reason. Years and years later, me sijapata your reason.
Yeah. What's the reason?
Yeah. And you think that's a good thing to say. How is that a good thing to say?
If you don't know what to say, nyamaza tu kama mimi kapo.
Yeah. Take this one. That was an interesting one.
God needed another angel. Okay. This one I'm 50-50 about it because at least umeitoa mtu mwenye nimeluza an angel. So hapo umenipapasa roho kidogo. Lakini kwani angechagua angel mwingine?
This is what I think about that one. I don't think that's how angels are made. I just don't think that's how angels... Like, if you read the Bible, there were angels before even Adam came, right? Okay. And I don't want us to go into preaching and everything. But there were already other beings. Or something like that. So, I get the point of, yes, now there are angels in heaven. They're looking down on us and they're praying over us and watching over us. But at the back of it means, when God is out of angels... No, that's not how angels are made.
Okay.
And why would you prescribe how God makes angels? Like he is God already, right? And he's the one who formed everything. So he would find a way to make angels that doesn't involve having to hurt people's feelings.
True.
So that one I am like, apana. I think we need to ask God, is that how angels are made?
Okay, send us an answer.
Yeah. And it's if you die and you become an angel, okay. But it's not because there was a shortage of angels.
Maybe hata sijaifikiria hivyo. From today, nitaanza kufikiria hivyo.
Anyway, this one I'm also now 50-50 about, yeah? He died doing what he loved. People say this, especially, say for example, the person had an accident and they were like a biker. Or a rally driver. He died doing what he loved. I mean, I think it's a nice thing, but the back of it is maybe I read over analyze things. If the person was doing what he loved, do you think you'd have wanted to die or to continue doing what he loved.
Yeah.
He wanted to continue doing what he loved. He wanted to continue riding the bike or rallying or whatever. So this one, I don't know. I'm like...
And who would want something that you love to kill you?
Yeah, like... And then, now the flip of this one is, if somebody died from like a drug addiction, like overshoot himself with something, that's what he loved doing to himself. He died. Nobody says this statement in that instance when it's negative.
I'm a mwizi.
Okay.
I doing what you love.
You see, some people apply it selectively. So mkina mazishi ya mwizi. I cannot. Okay,
I don't know where I have other scenarios in my head, but
what's the other scenario?
Like those old guys who wanakufa sababu ya kutumia a lot of Viagra.
Check you.
It's on the rise. Kuna wanaume wengi wanakufa hivyo.
Akibe the blue pill, yeah, he died doing what he loved. Why are you like this? What? I can't believe me. I chose riding and biking and rally driving.
I'm just thinking of how people die.
It suddenly got too hot inside here. Guys, where's the fan?
Watch out to move on.
We'll use this. He died doing what he loved to fun. Next.
Hiya. It's time to move on.
No one, we dealt with it.
But another disclaimer is you never stop grieving.
That's true.
Utagrieve mpaka pia wewe wakati wako ufike, utakufa pia na bado you are grieving. No timeline.
Yeah. They are gone and there's nothing we can do about it.
Okay.
This one came through IG as well. Like,
that's rude.
Like really, this is just outright rude.
Ndo napashanga.
They are gone and there's nothing we can do about it. Like, do you actually think the person doesn't know that they are gone and nothing can be done about it? Why do you have to tell them that? This is just very insensitive.
Very.
Don't say that. Just stop.
You're young, you can have another. Yeah. Well, I think this was in the context of those who lose children.
Or husbands.
Or, you can have another husband. Okay.
Or wives.
Or wives. Okay. You cannot have another
that person who has died.
You can't. Yeah. You can't have another husband like that one. You cannot have another baby like that one. You cannot have another.
Just stop.
Yeah. Mtu tu ni mtu. The relationship that you have with that person is so unique.
Yeah.
You cannot find it in any other person.
Yeah.
And that's how we also find some people who go through grief. Looking for this person in another one.
Exactly, and you find a spouse, but you're comparing him to the person who died.
Which is so unfair.
Yeah, to them, because then you're benchmarking them against somebody who they didn't even know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're trying to create somebody in somebody else.
Yeah. Okay. This one says, at least your baby never suffered. I don't know what the context of this one could be. At least your baby never suffered. Maybe
seeds? Sudden infant death syndrome?
It could be seeds. It actually could be that. Yeah. Or because what are the
or hajapitia shida za
dunia. Like surely. What?
Hey.
At least your baby never suffered. Yeah, I think this one also came through IG. I don't remember what the context of this person was, but for me is anything that starts with at least. Just exit. Just at least nothing. Just don't even go down that road, please.
Yeah.
Maybe even and maybe actually let me now give you another example of which I think could have applied is again going back to say my brother, he had cancer and today is his birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy heaven birthday.
Happy heaven birthday, because I was crying my eyes out earlier, but waterproof mascara came through.
Thank God.
So say for example you have somebody who's died from cancer A and this other person from cancer B, and cancer B was really, really bad. It dragged itself out. Cancer A was quick. It came and immediately the person is dead.
Yeah.
So this person almost never really suffered. But this person really, really suffered before they got to their death.
Yeah.
So if you're at least in it that way, then apana, please just stop.
Yeah, death is death.
Maybe, and also because in that situation, we would have wanted to continue looking for more options, for treatment options and everything.
Yeah.
Even if they were suffering in a sense, to look at a hope,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inasema, it could have been worse.
That's what is that?
Worse than what? Worse than death. Kuna kitu worse than
I
death.
don't think there's anything worse than death. What could have been worse? That one I don't even know how to explain it.
Me too.
Yeah. This one I have such problems with it. And I know people have told me this so many times, and I think it's coming from a good place. It says, God always takes the good ones first. That's how do you want me to feel first and foremost that me, I'm still around?
I don't know why I'm finding some humor in easy my
Because unataka mimi nisikie aje na mimi bado niko, like me, God hasn't taken me. Thank you. But you think you're comforting me by saying my dad was so good. It's the same one for the angels.
Yeah.
So good, he had to be taken first. And the rest of us who are here, like my grandfather who's 100 years old, sasa nitamwambia
He was
aje?
not good enough.
Bado, according to this person. Yeah. So don't say things like this, and don't fill the silence with God always takes the good ones first.
Yeah.
It's comforting, but it's also like, ai, kwani
Ni
mimi?
kama panya anakuuma alafu anakuuliza.
Exactly. Yeah. Waswahili wata coast.
Panya si unajua hata Nairobi.
No, it's the way you say it in
Kukuuma na kupuliza. Don't let this define you.
Excuse me, I beg your pardon.
Okay. It will always define me.
You. Yeah. It will always define you.
Always define me. For example, I had a problem accepting that from now henceforth, after my mom's death, I'm an orphan. It will always define me because I won't be the same with somebody either with
a parent
or both parents.
Yeah.
And from now henceforth, there are so many triggers that I will have that nobody else would.
Yeah. And
so
even,
it will always define me.
And even your life would have taken a different trajectory if they were still alive.
Yeah.
Than what it to because I know you didn't talk about it, but your life changed massively by the loss of your parents, right? And you had to now become the adult.
Yeah.
And have to go through things even like succession, right? So you could have dealt with succession matters maybe when you were 50. If you died when at that time. But now they died when you were in your 20, at least 20, and then so it will always define you.
It will always define you. And also, for me having gone through that, it has also changed my mindset.
Yeah.
Where I can openly talk about death. Ni kama like me and my sister can easily talk about death now. Wewe ukifa ungependa ngoma gani tukuweke kwa funeral? You can even put jokes around it. But before then, unaogopa kuongelea death.
It was a taboo. Yeah.
Lakini after this unaona it's life.
Yeah.
What will happen? It has to define you.
It always will be part of your story. You cannot tell your story without going back to the place and the point where your parents died and at the age you are. Like, it'd always be something it is your story.
Yeah, I have a question for you. How do you feel about like talking about your parents in past tense? Like they were, he was.
Yes, they used to.
They used to.
Yeah. We actually, in episode 2, we actually had a question with the guest I had then. And I know at the very beginning, in fact, the same week of the thing when it happens, and maybe even weeks later, you always find yourself saying, yeah, my mom likes to watch soap operas. I don't know why I keep saying that. Maybe because my mom liked to watch soap operas, Yeah, my mom doesn't like to drive because my mom actually, when I remember now about her, she could never sit in the passenger seat. She always sat behind. And it's just the two of us in the car. So I'll say something like, yeah, my mom doesn't like sitting there. I'm like, sorry, my mom never used to like sitting there. So it's something you have to transition into.
Yeah.
It's hard in the beginning, but especially when people are having conversation, eventually you'll like, now I don't do it. Yeah? Now I don't catch myself saying that, obviously. But at the very beginning, speaking the past tense is hard.
Yeah, but now your truth now, when you're in a setting, when you say he was, mtu ata notice.
Of course, because then you're like...
Yeah, then they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
And there's some people who go ahead and ask you, what do you mean he was?
Yeah. This one also came through IG, and I relate with this one so much because nobody has told me this, but I think I do this. So the person was told, stop posting your dead brother's picture a lot on social media. Let him rest. And if you're the person who was told this, I'm really, really sorry for you, and thank you for sharing. And if you check our IG page today, for sure you'll see my dead brother's pictures, because I think it's part of your healing to remember them, to honor them, to want to share them with the rest of the world and say, and I actually realized just today when we were putting together the reel and collecting the pictures for that reel for my brother, I never put his pictures anywhere. We actually had to go through albums to find his pictures. Because you see, he died in 2011. I think his Facebook page has become deactivated now, so we don't have pictures there. So all you have is the albums. There's IG wasn't really IG back in the day. So we don't have his pictures anywhere digitally. So when we had to go to the albums, I was like, actually, I never post my brother's pictures anywhere, or even my mom's. I mean, I talk about them, but I just never post them. So if this person was posting, then what you're communicating by saying this, if you tell somebody this, it's, I'm not comfortable with seeing your dead brother's pictures. Stop doing it.
Unfollow.
Immediately.
Unfollow.
Immediately, because what do you mean? Let him rest. If I post 5 times, he's not going to rest? No. It's you who's uncomfortable with it. You just unfollow me so you don't have to see it, because this is part of my grief.
I won't stop posting because of you.
Yeah. So I and again, I keep saying, I genuinely believe that people come from a good place and mean well and want to say the right things, but they just end up saying such wrong things. It's offending. It's annoying, and it hurts the person more. So don't stop posting your brother's pictures. Please post, share, whatever, just
and block that person.
block that person.
Kama hajakuunfollow and block.
Yeah, take it from Cherie.
Manake utamkera for such a long time.
Yeah, okay. This I think we've done this one for at least. Anything at least don't.
At least hata ndo ingine.
Now this one also at least is in a better place. That one napana.
What better place than being right next to me?
Exactly.
What better place?
Exactly. That statement annoys me so much. Because the best place, not even better, the best place is with his or her loved ones. It's here with me. The daughter, that they want to be here, or the sister, they want to be here with me. That's the best place for that person.
Yeah.
So when you magically think that wherever they are, they're in a better place, no, that's offend. Don't say that.
You cannot choose for them.
Yeah. Did they tell you that? That they're in a better place?
You have the last one?
Okay. They wouldn't want you to be sad.
Hey, I know that one. I know
take that one now.
Let me take it up. Ama mtu anakwambia, they wouldn't want to see you cry. Mimi nikufe na ukose kulia, mbona huli? Mbona huli?
And nani amekwambia they don't want to see me sad? Have they told you that?
Let me tell you, if I die and my spirit is roaming.
Yeah, you will haunt us.
Not haunt you.
We better be crying. We better be throwing ourselves on the ground. Yeah.
Who wouldn't want you to feel the feels?
I don't understand why somebody would say they wouldn't want you to be sad or to be like this. No. They want you to show them that you love them. Yeah? So if grief is what if not just love that has nowhere to go, right?
Yeah.
It's all the love that I felt for that person. Then I cannot give them. This is my grief and this is me loving them. So you cannot say they wouldn't. Also pia hawajakwambia. So stop. Yeah. So unless wakwambie ukuja uniambie, so don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. In another episode we have just said, question is, are you also that friend to somebody else? Yeah. So in that, when you're nakumbuka marafiki zako, how they helped you, are you also the same really good supportive friend to other people? And like you said, even for me, that question of when somebody says my mom has died, how do I respond? My first answer is always, oh no, this sucks, and it sucks, and I'm so sorry. Again, with me, depending on where you are, I'm coming to you. Yeah. And then I'll begin with, do not be strong. do not
Feel the feels.
cry kabisa. All those things, like everything other people are not telling you, mimi nitakwambia.
And you see that you're talking from a point of privilege because you've
And
gone
experienced
through
it, yeah.
But
Not even
can
sure
you
it's the right
imagine ule mwenye hajui?
Yeah.
Anashanga, nimwombe pole.
Because I will come and I will
Nimtupie
hug you
kabas.
and I will tell you, cry. Like, and now if you haven't found that person to just hug and let out all the emotions, let us drain my shirt if you need to. Right?
Hiyo tema tujali.
Yeah.
And I think when you're wondering what to do, just
Good.
research.
Thank
As
you very-
we close off, can I give you your flowers?
Oh, you want to give my
Please.
flowers?
Yes, I think what you're doing is a really, really good thing.
Oh, thank you so much.
When I also came about your page, I was like, hey, this is different and this is life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We cannot be talking about vitu zengine na zile zenye ukweli zinatufanyikia. We're overlooking. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
offering this platform for us to talk.
Thank you.
For people to feel not alone.
Thank you.
For people to even know, kuna ile page, yenye nimemiss mamangu.
Just
Grief
go.
Angels wanasemaje leo. Feel the feels.
Feel all the feels,
unalia,
unaanza nayo.
Unaanza kukumbuka pia the good things that she's done. So this is such a wonderful platform.
Thank you
I hope
so
people
much.
will also get to share their stories.
Thank
in
you
as
so
much
much.
as it's hard.
It's hard, but imagine the fact that this is how we met. Like this thing was not there 3 months ago. Now it's there. And 3 months later, here we are together, seated, having a conversation. So thank you for also sharing your story with us. As always, do hit that subscribe button, share, like, follow, talk to us in our DMs. We're always happy to hear your story. If you want to share your story, talk to us. We're happy to listen to it. And if you're out there and you're grieving, we are asking you to show up for your grief as always. Until next time, peace. Bye.